live visuals coming in from Davos, where we have that visual, the board of peace that has been proposed by the US President Donald Trump. We have a lot of chairs and seating on the stage as well, where we will see the signing of the charter of the board of peace by the signatories. It's a wait and watch situation as to who all will be attending this signing ceremony. Obviously, we have a list of countries that have agreed entirely to be part of this signing ceremony, but like Poland, there can be some other countries that have agreed in part to the plan but will not be part of the signing ceremony. All right, in fact, we have some more inputs that are coming in. The Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has said that the security in the Arctic was a matter for the entire NATO alliance. Frederiksen said in a statement, and I quote here, "Therefore, it is good and natural that it is also discussed between NATO's Secretary General and the President of the United States." The Danish Prime Minister said, and I quote, "The Kingdom of Denmark wishes to continue to engage in a constructive dialogue with allies on how we can strengthen security in the Arctic, including the United States' Golden Dome, provided that this is done with respect for our territorial integrity." Let me go across to Mr. Chaudhary, who has joined us again on the broadcast. Sir, we have Denmark, a very difficult situation for Denmark as well, because we are looking at US trying to take over Greenland. Now, for that, the NATO allies, obviously some of them are sending in their troops over there in order to strengthen the Arctic security. We have the Danish Prime Minister saying that we agree to talks as long as our territory is respected. So how are you looking at that situation?
Well, I think that's what we're going to be seeing now. Trump himself has said, let us hold negotiations on the future of Greenland. He's already had a conversation with the NATO Secretary General, which both sides seem to have believed went well. And now Denmark has said the same thing. We are prepared to have a chat, to have negotiations about this. The question of sovereignty is crucial. There, Denmark has been very clear that there is no question of them handing over the sovereignty of Greenland to the United States. And the question also, of course, what do the people of Greenland want? And so far, the evidence is overwhelming that they are not interested in being part of the United States. But if what we're hearing is that Mark Rutte of the NATO General Secretary proposed as a functional solution, is that America would have military bases in Greenland. They already do have a few, but they would have more, especially for the anti-missile defense system, the Golden Dome, that Trump is particularly probably not Trump's number one interest in Denmark right now, Greenland. That those bases would effectively be treated as American territory, something similar to what a foreign embassy is in a host country, that the territory in that embassy is the sovereign territory of a foreign nation. We could potentially see something similar being carved out for the United States in Greenland. So we don't know the details, and all that Trump has said is the concept of a framework of a deal is now basically in place.
Right, sir. And also, what do you obviously think of how long should India adopt that wait and watch situation? Because there are permanent memberships also, sir, on the line. But that's only for the first year of the formation of the Board of Peace. So if India is, waiting for a longer time, Pakistan is already on the board. There might come a point in time where this charter, which mentions resolving world conflicts, it takes up Kashmir, because we have seen Pakistan take up Kashmir at a lot of global platforms. This might just be one of them. And if India is not part of it, then it becomes difficult for India as well.
I mean, we definitely have seen Trump keep saying that, I did a ceasefire India-Pakistan. We also heard him say once or twice, stray comments, that I can negotiate a larger peace agreement between India and Pakistan, all in his curious pursuit of a Nobel Peace Prize. Even in the first Trump administration, he had raised this idea, and his own staff had told him this was a waste of time. So yes, it is perfectly possible that he will try, that Pakistan would whisper that into his ear, say this is your opportunity, and get your board of peace to endorse it, and or at least discuss it. In which case you would effectively have or I'd say call it a UN Security Council, but a sort of strange ersatz copy of the Security Council coming up to debate the Kashmir issue. So all the more reason perhaps that India should consider joining. It should not pay the $1 billion for permanent membership. And it should make clear, as I think in many a statement similar to what China did, that we hold the United Nations and the legitimate international structure as to be overridingly important. But as a favor to President Trump or to the United States, we are prepared to consider joining. And the game would be exactly this, to ensure that Pakistan does not become a Trump whisperer and cause mischief for us in other ways.
Right, absolutely. In fact, let me also get in General Savach over here. General Savach, we also have the NATO General Secretary speaking about this entire framework for Greenland. He's saying that there are talks underway with US President Donald Trump. That's why he has in fact pulled back on the threat of those tariffs. How are you looking at that entire negotiating going on? Because if there is no military option involved, how is US looking at a agreement that is favorable to it? Before I come back to you, sir, in fact, we have those visuals from Davos, where in fact we have all those leaders who are in fact going to be present for the signing ceremony of the Board of Peace Charter. So we have almost all the leaders over there on the stage. We can see the Prime Minister of Pakistan as well. So those are some visuals that we are getting live from Davos regarding the Board of Peace on this. Yes, General, if you can answer that question, I will come back to you now.
You know, as far as Greenland is concerned, there is a treaty of 1951 wherein that USA can have the bases there, and USA had almost 10 bases. But then it realized that Greenland was nothing more than, it is Iceland. So they in 53 reduced it. It is now about 150 people. So therefore, the only 150 soldiers, if they have to go back again, they can technically go. NATO can deploy. But the problem is that Donald Trump is very keen to explore and exploit the resources